Hi guys, good evening. So I'm just gonna wait for more people to join in and then we can start. Hi, good evening everyone. I hope you're all safe and your families are safe and sound, and please don't step out of your house in case unless it is essential and required, and always double mask or wear an N95, and please do get yourselves vaccinated if you're eligible, because that will definitely help feel the third wave that might come feel like a bump. So yeah, thank you again, everyone, for joining, and I hope you stay safe. And if there's anybody in your family who is not well, I mean, on behalf of Team Girls Bus, we're wishing them a speedy recovery. So welcome you all. Today evening we're going to be discussing and learning a fun makeup look, and our expert for the session today is Ritika Satish. She goes by the Instagram handle the H Dose. She also has a YouTube channel wherein she shares makeup, skincare, as well as everything we need to know about curly hair. So today she's going to be talking and showing us a super easy makeup look that we all can do. So I'm just going to quickly let her in. Hey
Hi,
Ritika, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Are you able to
I'm
hear
doing
me?
good. Sorry?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
I hope you're safe and sound, and everybody in your family is as well.
yeah, everything is good, thankfully. Yeah, Chennai is in lockdown right now, so yeah, um, it's okay. I think the whole of India is just like trying really hard to like just get through
And
this. So yeah, um,
so this is hopefully going to be a happy distraction and give some
yeah.
joy to people who are going to
I
watch
hope
it.
that like many people join and like we can all have a fun session. I haven't done a live session in like so long, so kind of feels a little bit like nerve wracking for me. But anyway, yeah, I think should I get started wearing my makeup or?
Yes, yes, definitely. So I'll be, throwing a bunch of questions at you, and I'm also going to request all the audience to probably, drop their questions down, and maybe you can take them once
Yeah, I
you're
can see
done.
some of you already joining in. Hi guys, hi everyone. Uh, okay, so should I walk through the steps or should I just like keep going?
Definitely, you just tell us whatever you're doing, and then maybe explain everyone,
Yeah,
each step.
so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. I actually really love primers. I think that they really do help in like makeup application. So this is a new one that I'm trying. This is by Sandiva, and it has like it's supposed to like blur your skin and also have some SPF. So I'm just going to like concentrate it on the center of my face and then blend it out. So
So I want to know, what is it about makeup that you absolutely love, and how do you
So
get into it?
so I got into makeup like when I was, I think in like sixth grade or something. My aunt actually introduced me into makeup. She was into like makeup a lot. My mom has never worn makeup in her life, so she was not my major influence. Um, I don't know. I just really liked wearing like lipstick and stuff, and then that just sort of grew into this obsession with makeup. And I also like watched a lot of YouTube videos when I was younger. So yeah, I just became like super obsessed with it.
All right. So are you priming your entire face, or like do you just focus on certain sections?
Yeah, so I concentrated it over here, but then I'm also like blending it out a little bit because I applied a little bit too much than I intended to. So so I'm just like applying it everywhere. But I do like to apply primer everywhere. This primer like kind of like helps with the sweat. So, which is something I have to like keep in mind because I live in a place in Chennai. So, um, yeah. So after I'm done priming, I am going to conceal. I actually don't use like foundations. I don't think I've used foundation ever like when I'm doing my everyday makeup or when I'm like going out. Because again, it's just another layer that's just not necessary, I feel like, and thankfully I don't really have too much to like cover on my face, so I don't really do that, but I do conceal under my eyes. The one that I'm using is by MAC. It's the MAC 24 Hour Smooth Wear Studio Fix Concealer. I recently got it. I went into the store and like got myself shade matched. So I mainly concentrate around my eyes because I do have like very intense dark circles, and this is very very close to like my actual skin color, so it looks more natural. So I don't use like a foundation or a BB cream or anything like that. I'm gonna go in with this. So I'm just dotting it around my eyes and on my eyelid because I have a lot of pigmentation there.
So what brands apart from MAC, sorry to interrupt, but like what brands apart from MAC, do have a good range of concealer shades for, Indian skin tone?
I would say like PAC has a good one. There's also Maybelline, but not really. Like Maybelline has the Age Rewind in a lot of shades, but then they also like don't really stock it in India. So I would say like PAC does a really really good job, and then we also obviously have MAC, and what else do we have? LA Girl is another one. See, I'm already sweating, like I'm not even doing anything, but like that's just how it is in Chennai. So, can I ask you where you live?
I'm in Bangalore, so
Oh, okay.
definitely more pleasant than Chennai. But you all have a beach,
Sorry.
man. I'm in
Oh,
Bangalore, so it's definitely more pleasant. But you guys have an upper hand that you have a beach right next to you all, so you can just.
I mean, yeah, but it's still like very hot. There's no point going to the beach during the pandemic,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I mean that's something that I
Hey,
think
nobody's
was.
asking questions. Come on, guys, asking questions. Be interactive. Yeah, there are many people joining, but then they're not like asking anything. Just silently watching me do.
Madness is saying, so glad to see you on a live session.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
sorry. When I'm like applying concealers or like eye products, I try not to like talk because it's been like every time I do that, like when I talk and do my makeup under my eyes, I always poke myself. So, um, yeah. So L'Oreal also has a good shade range, but they have a good like foundation range, I think. Um, but for concealers, I think affordable ones would be LA Girl and Red Pack.
So how do you stay abreast with all the latest trends in the beauty industry? How do you keep yourself updated?
So I follow a lot of people that are both famous in the makeup world as well as like smaller creators, and usually I think like anything that's on TikTok is trendy, basically. So and that eventually comes into like reels. So I spend a lot of time on reels. My friends know this. Like I spend so much time on reels and just like keep saving anything that's like trendy, or like if there's like a makeup hack that people are talking about, I save that. So yeah, I mean it's just about like following the people that like you like, and yeah, just like keep yourself in the loop, I guess. Not really like I'm not really like, oh, let me see what's trending, and then like searching for it. But yeah, someone asked what MAC shade I'm using. I'm using what shade is it? What shade is it? It's NC 48, I think. No, 50. NC 50, guys. Shade NC 50. So now that I'm done like concealing around my eyes, I'm just going to do a little bit around my mouth and over here. I feel like a lot of people, they feel very insecure about their like the darkness around their mouth. But I kind of just embrace it. I don't really like have the time to like cover it up because it does take a lot of product for me to cover it up, and there's no point in doing that. So I just do around my mouth and a little bit on my chin, just to brighten it a little bit so that it looks like sort of even and it doesn't look like I just covered my eyes, right? So yeah, and I don't like to cover all of this. I just leave it on its own because I just like to keep it like that. I just don't like whenever I'm wearing like everyday makeup, I don't want to like cake my face, you know. I don't want it to look like makeup. So that's my goal. So that's why I don't like cover it up. There's nothing wrong with like having a full face, but that's just what I like to do. Next, I'm actually using a translucent powder. This is by Sugar.
Okay.
It's just a translucent powder. I'm gonna take like a fluffy brush, take very little, and the thing with like brown skin tones, right? If you use like a translucent powder, sometimes it will still look grey. Even though it's supposed to be translucent and not really have any color, it can look grey because it's a white powder. So what I do is I take a like liberally and then like remove the excess on my hand and then like go in and just pat it in. So I'm not actually I'm not like baking, which is where you like put a lot of powder under your eyes and like, you know, set the makeup, but I just like pat it in, and then throughout the day, if I'm like out, I just use like blotting paper or like tissue paper or something like that, and then like set it. So I'm just removing the excess and
So, Ritika, I wanted to know, like, how inclusive do you feel the beauty industry is right now with respect to, say, brown skin and curly hair and all?
I think that you like, it's more like I feel more comfortable like my sharing my photos, sharing how I feel, which in itself is like a huge progress, because people who are my skin tone or like somewhere similar to my skin tone or have always felt like they're ugly, right? But to feel that confidence and to be able to like post that in and of itself is a huge like progress. But there's still obviously a long way to go, especially when like brands, the language that they use, or the models that they use, the diversity within the company itself, all of that needs to obviously change. So yeah, there is a long way to do like internally, meaning like how you portray yourself outside, especially with like brands, because brands do hold a lot of like power when it comes to inclusivity in the makeup industry or in the beauty world, because whatever like brands are putting out is what we're gonna buy, right? And that's what like influences other people to buy as well. So it really does depend on that, and I hope that more brands will do it. I can only name like probably maximum of 10, like probably like halfway inclusive brands, you know. So yeah, there's just I just hope that there just needs to be a lot more education, like how you talk to a person and how you like put out a product. So yeah, I think education is very important on like that topic, especially. So yeah, there is a long way to go, but I'm glad that we still, you know, there are brands. For example, like K Beauty, right? They recently like launched like 20 shades or something, like for the first foundation, and that's a huge step. We've never seen brands do that. Like brands like Lakme would only come out with 3 shades before, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a huge step. So, but there's still a long way to go. It's not like we're done yet. Like 20 shades is still little low. Like I still can't find my shade in that range. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. And I feel like people like you talking about it and, getting into conversations also sort of helping people normalize, basically just break the stereotypes and,
Yeah,
uh,
it's very important to talk about it. And I think,
things.
you know, not just influencers, but like just everybody in general, you know,
Yeah.
should be talking about it. And if you voice out your opinion, obviously brands are going to listen. I mean, clearly K Beauty listened, right? They saw that there was something missing and they came out with it, but they're still missing, but you know, they still came out with 20 shades. So yeah. I'm using K Beauty brush in the shade charcoal black for my brows. You can use it for both your mascara and your brows. So I'm just like brushing it up. For my brows, I actually don't do much. I just sort of do this and let it be. I have only like done my eyebrows or like threaded my eyebrows once in my life. So I've never actually like bothered about Yeah, I've never bothered about eyebrows because I don't really have like intense like eyebrow hairs, or it's not like super thick, thankfully. So I don't really like do my eyebrows. So I just like to brush it up and leave it as it is. And then I was gonna do something and then I forgot what I was supposed to do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit more powder on like a smaller brush, like a translucent, the same translucent powder in a smaller brush, and just tap on my eyelids as like an eyeshadow. Because I have lines and because I have oily lids, it does crease a lot. So I like to use, like you can see there's a little bit of like creasing over there, so I'll just like blend it out and set it. Creasing happens no matter what you do, so you know, just to have a little bit more prevention, I'm just adding a little bit more powder. Then I am going to go in with mascara. So everyday makeup, I don't actually wear eyeshadow. Again, it's just too much work, like sitting and blending, and so I don't really do eyeshadows. But when I was going out, like in like January and stuff, when COVID was a little bit okay, I would like force myself to wear eyeshadow because I had so much lying around and I like didn't want to like waste it, so I would force myself to wear it. If I do wear something like that, it would be something of like a dark brown. I'll actually show you what kind of color I'm talking about. So this is not a palette that you can get in India. It's by the Tati. It's by Tati from Tati Beauty Palette, and this is like a dark brown, right? So this is the sort of dark brown I like to use, and I'll just like concentrate it on the outer corner. But then that's it. I don't do anything else for my eyeshadow if I'm like going out. I just go straight for mascara, and for mascara I'm using Brash in Jet Black. So Faye Beauty Brash in Jet Black. I have codes for all of this, you guys. Please go check out my codes. Go use my codes as well if you want to.
If there's like one beauty product that you cannot live without, what is it? Like, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. I cannot do without this product. Did you say that? Did you ask me?
No, no,
This is
I'm
like
asking what is that one product that you cannot live
what is
without?
that
Like, you
one
know,
product? Okay.
yeah.
Uh, okay, this is
I know
very
it's hard to pick.
yeah, it's like super tough. I want to say lipstick, okay, but I also want to say mascara because I can't do without mascara and lipstick, okay. Like even in college, I would only wear mascara and lipstick. Like it's just, I think like mascara just does so much for your eyes, and like it just does so much for your makeup. So I really like it. So yeah, I would say lipstick. I think because lipstick you can use it for your like blush. You can use it on your eyes. You can use it as a contour. There are just so many ways to use lipstick. So I think I would say lipstick. I also have like 75 lipsticks, so I think that's like a lot. But like how much I love it.
You definitely got to use it all up. So, yeah.
So I'm just
So, are there
applying
like
one coat. You
favorite?
can see that there is a difference, right? Like there's clearly a difference with this eye and this eye. It looks more.
It almost feels like you've lined your eye, you know,
Yeah.
just with.
So what I do is I actually concentrate on the outer corner a little bit more than the inner. So it looks like I have an elongated eye. So if I want my eyes to look round or like a little bit more open and wide, I'll focus more on like the center. So I'm doing the same thing on the side. Another trick that you can do for mascara is actually apply a little bit of powder on your lashes and then do it. But this mascara does a good job of just like separating your lashes and giving you the length. So I don't actually have to do that, but it's up to you. I think it's getting darker. Do you want me to like switch on the light?
No, I think
Is it fine? Is it fine?
yeah, it's fine. Or maybe if you'd like, you could probably switch it on.
1 second. Is it better?
Yeah, this is nice and bright.
Like huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference.
Okay, just give. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, now you can see like there is a little bit of mascara there, and I'm going to do my lower lashes as well. I used to be someone who never did my lower lashes because I used to poke my eye. But now I'm into that. So yeah. There is
It
a
almost feels like, you have a little bit of eyeshadow or something. I think it's just a little trick that you've done by
yeah,
concentrating.
you just have to like concentrate it on the outer corners, and that is it. It is creasing over here, but that's okay. It happens. Creasing happens, guys. Your makeup is not supposed to look perfect, okay? It's just supposed to look okay. It's not supposed to look perfect. You're not going for a photo shoot, so for everyday makeup, don't try to look perfect. Try to look okay.
I think that's something very important that you pointed out, because a lot of people get carried away by, the heavily edited images and all of that. But
Yeah.
how a face looks in real life with makeup and how it looks, in a
Looks
photograph is
different. Yeah, I mean,
completely.
I'm sure like people, especially my friends and stuff, like when I meet them, they can totally tell when I'm wearing like makeup. There is obviously a layer on your skin. It just can't be helped. When you're applying something on your skin, it's going to look like you've applied something.
Yeah.
But it's just about like what it does. That's why it's important to wear makeup for you and not for others. When you start wearing it just to look good for others, then that automatically like makes you very insecure and like you don't want to wear makeup ever. So yeah, I'm doing another coat
Mhm.
just to
So you're using the same mascara or is it okay?
yeah, same mascara. Um, so yeah, this time also I'm just like focusing on the outer corners. So yeah.
So what are your current favorite beauty products, like right now? Beauty products, beauty brands, stuff that you're loving right now.
My current favorite brand. My current favorite brand and like beauty product is by Boss Lady Cosmetics. I'll show you. It's right here. So it's they have lipsticks, they have like highlighters as well as like eyeliner. I recently posted about them on YouTube as well, but they are so good. Like the lipsticks especially are so cool. Like the packaging itself is really cool, but the lipstick also is really like a really nice formula. And it's like a matte lipstick. So one second, yeah, let me show you. This is what it looks like. It's really nice. I think I might actually wear this shade. So yeah, it's a really nice brand. They're vegan and cruelty free. And yeah, of course. And I also really love Fay Beauty. So yeah, those are the two brands I would say I really like. Other than that, there's another like product that I've recently been loving. It's called it's by Miss Cosmetics. It's called the Drama Palette, Drama Eyeshadow Palette. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know. Oh yeah, I do. One second. Yeah, it's right here. This is what it looks like. It's an eyeshadow palette, and it's formulated and done by a makeup artist. So it has a lot of shades, and they're like very pigmented. And it's also like really good for like all skin tones, which is something I obviously really appreciate. So the makeup artist who did this, her name is Anusha Swami, and she herself is has deep skin. So she formulated this with that in mind. So yeah, huge shout out to this palette. In case you're looking for a new like eyeshadow palette, definitely get that one because it's really good. So
I had my eyes on that one lately, so I'm glad that you're recommending it. It makes me want to just
it's
jump
really
into
good.
it.
It's so versatile. You can use it in any way you want, and like it's so pigmented, and I feel like all the shades, like it's very thought out, so well thought out. So yeah. Can I see who's there? Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Nobody's really asking any questions. Very bad. All of you are very like not interactive. I don't like.
Yeah, please guys interact more. Kirtana is here asking here, how are you doing?
Hi Keetana. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm just hanging in there. I can't wait for COVID to like get out. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to do highlights. I don't really do highlighter every time I do my makeup. But sometimes I do like it because the thing with like highlighter in real life is that it can look like you have this like shiny strip of like product, and it kind of looks weird. It looks like you're going for like a fashion show or something, which like for everyday makeup is not the goal, right? So I don't really like to wear highlighter every time, but sometimes I like to wear like a cream highlight. So this is by Dr. Earth. It's the Dr. Earth and Coralista collaboration, and it's like a cream highlight. So, and it's a gold base, so it looks really really nice. I'm just going to.
So do you prefer cream based highlighters, or like do you feel powdered ones are better? What do
I
you
think
feel?
cream, because even though I have like oily skin, I really love cream products because it just looks more like skin. Like with powder products, it sits on top of your skin, right? With creams, it like blends into your skin, and most cream products are made out of oils, so um, it just like sinks into your skin a little bit better and looks a lot better. So yeah, just like one dip, and
Looks
yeah,
really nice. It's very
yeah, it's
natural also.
fun. Yeah, it's very very natural, and you can build it up if you want to, but I am going to keep it very very simple today. Um, then we're pretty much done actually. The last thing that I do is with lipstick. So I'm going to use the same lipstick that I just showed you. This is the shade Queen in Town by Boss Lady Cosmetics, and it's a little bit of a darker shade, so I'm going to apply it slightly and just blend it out. So it looks like a tint and not like a
Full
full-on
on.
lipstick. And then whatever's left over, I'm going to put it over here. And then blend it out. So there is a little bit of color, right? There is a little bit of color, but then it's like very, very faint.
So I want to know, Ritika, like what are some of the challenges that content creators like you face? I'm sure a lot of people just get carried away that, oh, it's such a glamorous
Yeah.
profession. You click pictures and make videos, but I'm sure there's a lot of other things that you guys deal with. So what are some of the challenges that you
So obviously there are a few challenges. The one, I think the major one for a lot of people would be creativity, like trying to come up with new things. It's very hard to be original on this platform because there are just so many people on it doing different things. And at this point, I don't think anybody is original. Everybody is just like trying to make their own, get inspired by something and then make it their own, right? So yeah, I think creativity and being original and being authentic is very very hard on this platform because it's very easy to be carried away by brands, by numbers, even like money, because sometimes brands will be ready to offer you a set amount of money, right? But then you might not align with that brand. You might not align with that brand's values. So there becomes a problem because um, a lot of us don't even make that much to begin with. So it's very hard to like give, like pass on that opportunity. So yeah, I think creativity is one. The other one is definitely being authentic, and like I said, it's just very easy to like fall into the trap of, oh, I want more followers, so I'm going to buy bots, or collaborating with brands that you don't really align with just for money. So and I don't blame people like that because it is very very hard to make it on Instagram or on YouTube. But yeah, that is definitely a challenge. I think for like fashion creators, the challenge was definitely like not being able to go out and like take pictures. Thankfully, I like kind of found my niche during lockdown, so I didn't really have that issue. So yeah, I think creativity is the biggest one. So
see? And what is the best thing about being a content creator?
I think the best thing for me is like my community and like my followers. And I'm not saying this just to be like, cheesy or whatever, but like genuinely, like they are like, I'm very happy, even if I don't have like 25,000 followers, I still have 5,000 like genuine people who are like willing to interact, who are willing to talk to me. So yeah, I mean, no matter what I post, they're like always very, very supportive. So that's like my biggest flex of my Instagram is that like no matter what I do, they are like very very supportive. So yeah, I mean, like recently, like my parents were down with COVID in Feb, so I didn't know what to do because it was like very, very stressful. I mean, I can't even like imagine, um, being in that mindset again because it was very hard. But I posted about it on like on my stories, and so many people. I think I received like 120 messages, just like, hey, stay strong, like, take care. So that in itself is like very, very important. And I think, the social media community in itself has been very helpful during this time. Not just like my followers, I'm talking like on Twitter, people, sharing um, what beds are available or if like oxygen is available, things like that. So I'm very, very happy that I have that community and I have that. So I think that's the best part. It's the connection with my followers is the best part.
I think that's the sweetest thing I've heard today. Guys,
Yeah.
please put down your questions to Ritika. She'll be very happy to take them.
I haven't done my makeup in so long. This whole week I just took it like very slow. I didn't do any work. It was just sort of like, I'm gonna take it slow, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it feels nice to wear makeup after a long time. Hi everyone. You guys can ask questions. Please ask questions if you have any.
Please.
Yeah.
So, Ritika, I wonder, like, how long have you been doing this conversation and
Okay.
vlog?
So I actually like started this as like a photography account. It never actually was meant to be like a beauty page. I was very shy to post about myself, right? So I would only like post like photography, and I started that in 2016. So this whole account has been there since 2016. But then I slowly became comfortable with posing in front of the camera, and then during lockdown is when I really like took it to the next level and started to create content every day basically. And like, yeah, so it's been around for like 4 years, but I would say I have been doing this properly for the last like 1.5 years. So yeah.
Okay, we have one question.
Vanilla, thank you. Best foundation for deep skin tone with combination skin. Best foundation. Um, well, I don't know if you can find your shade in K Beauty, but if you can, then I would say that, because I did try it out from a friend. I tried it out on my hand, and the texture was really nice. So I would say go for something that's not too drying. Don't go for like a matte foundation, and don't go for a very like dewy foundation, because if you have combination skin, you want to have something that's very like neutral. So K Beauty is good. I also really like Nykaa's Skin Genius foundation, but they don't really have like a lot of shades. Um, so that's a bummer. But then yeah, like foundations in general, uh, I'm very picky about them, but I'm also like, I don't really have that many because of the fact that there are not many shades, and I myself can't find the shades. So how am I supposed to like give you guys recommendations, right? So yeah.
So do you like often have to combine a few shades to match your skin tone?
Yeah.
Like, how do you?
So I have this. Okay. So this is a pack. This is the pack concealer I was talking about. It's by Pack Take Cover. You can see that this is a little bit more lighter, right? But it's actually the same like color family, but this is a little bit more warmer, and this is like a neutral shade. Um, so because this is like neutral and it's not as warm as my skin tone, I like to use color correctors. I would highly recommend color correction if you're like a deeper skin tone, even if you don't have a lot of hyperpigmentation. Like just color correction really does help with the undertones and how the product applies. And because we don't have a lot of shades in India, like shades like this, right? This is actually not my shade, like I said, but if I color correct, I'll be able to like pull this off. So yeah, it just gives you a little bit more opportunity to do that. So yeah, color correction definitely helps. Mixing, I don't really do that much mixing because yeah, I just like conceal, so I don't really do that much mixing. Um, Doing a wonderful job. Thank you. You're so inspiring. Thank you. I have hyperpigmentation. a pigmentation problem, and I feel so uncomfortable. I think, I can't really say like be comfortable with it, right? But like you just have to, I think, slowly take slow steps, and try to feel more comfortable about it, because it's a part of you. And what you can do is like try to treat it with skincare, try using vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, like products like that. But obviously it can't guarantee that you're going to like remove this pigmentation. Just accept the fact that the pigmentation is part of you, because for me, one thing I'm very insecure about is my dark circles. It's very, very intense. Like it doesn't even look half as intense on camera. So in real life, it looks like I'm dead. So it's something that a lot of people like ask me about. Try to like practice yourself, replying to those like comments. That's something I have learned this past year, because I did get a lot of comments when I started to do this makeup thing seriously last year. A lot of people would be like, "Oh my God, your dark circles are so bad. Like you should like." They would just give me unsolicited advice. So when you start getting those comments, try to think of what you can say in a polite but also in like a way where you can like draw a boundary. I think that will like give you more confidence. So yeah. Primer. Are you asking me for a primer recommendation?
Yeah, I think
Something
that's
that really helps the skin. The one that I'm using right now is really good. I just used it today for this look. It's the Sundiva Protective Primer. I don't think they've launched this yet, so I don't even know if I can talk about it. But anyway, so they make like, it's made out of like almond oil, and it's also made out of sandalwood. Both of which are really good ingredients for your skin. So if you're looking for a primer that also helps your skin, I think this is nice. Yeah, I'm not really like a primer person, in the sense like I don't buy a lot of primers. I just get one primer and I use it up, and then I do other things. So yeah. Which primer works best on acne prone skin? Acne prone skin. I think the Lakme Blur Perfect is good. That's another one I've tried. It's really good. It's good for acne prone skin. But the thing is, primer, you should never consider it as skincare. Please consider it as like a makeup product, because primers are meant to sit on top of your skin. Yes, some of the ingredients are meant to like treat your skin, but like ultimately it is part of your makeup routine. So at the end of the day, be sure to like remove your makeup. That means you will have to remove your primer as well. So don't think of primer as like a skincare product, because they're not meant to do that. So yeah.
So I want to ask you, like, what is the most common makeup mistake that you see people doing, and you wish that they avoid doing that?
Wish they would avoid. I think I wouldn't say I wish they would avoid it. I just wish it didn't have to be like that. Is like, I don't like it when people wear ashy makeup, and it's so like weird coming from me, because I used to wear ashy, like really ashy gray makeup when I first started out. But it does bother me to see that, because first of all, the person who's wearing it sometimes don't even know, right? Because that's what they see on social media. They think that, a light, you know how like there is the concealer trick where you apply a lighter concealer under your eyes to brighten your eyes. Those sort of techniques might not work for brown skin tones or for Indian skin tones, because we have so many different undertones in our skin. Our skin over here can be a different color, our skin over here can be a different color. So those sort of tricks might not even work for you. So I think like, trying like doing like seeing those like trends and doing that into your life, I think people like, I wish that didn't have to be like that. But yeah, I can't really blame the person who's wearing it, because that's just what's been shown. So yeah. But it helps proper glide to skin. Yes, it does. Primer does do that.
Also, with color correction, like, what is the right way to do it? Because sometimes I have personally tried it, and I feel like it sort of mixes with my concealer and so on and so forth. So I've even sort of like let it dry for 30 seconds, 1 minute, and still I'm not able to, cover it properly. And I feel
So
like
yeah, so a trick that so what I do is I can't find it right now, but it's a LA Girl orange corrector. So that one is correctors in general are meant to be like very creamy because, like I said, cream products like sink into your skin much better, right? So like cream products is what they do for color correction products. So first of all, I would say like try to be like very minimal with the color correction. Don't try to make it super orange or make it super purple, whatever color corrector you're using. Go very, very slow and blend it out really, really well. And then what you can do is take like a translucent powder and then like dust it a little bit. I know there's this like huge trend or like a myth that people say that you're not supposed to put powder on, I mean, creams on top of powders, right? But if you use like a translucent, like a loose powder like this one, the one that I just used, it will sort of help with like setting the color corrector, and then you can like apply a concealer and it will look sort of okay and won't mix in with the concealer. So that's a trick that you can do to help make it set. But otherwise you can also like I said, use a primer, because primers do help, with making your skin sort of a little bit more matte and a little bit more easy for application. So yeah.
I think we have another question. Sunscreen that works better with makeup.
The one that I'm really liking right now is by Requel, and I think it's Requel Oxybenzone sunscreen. It's really, really good under makeup. A lot of makeup artists use it on, celebrities. So, I mean, that should tell you that it doesn't give you any flashback, and like it's really good under makeup. So, yeah, the Requel one is really good. Yeah, I think that one is really good. And there's also another one called Curez. But I think, for like a really good, well-nourished skin, Requel is really good. So, yeah.
All right.
Liquor and NYX are my favorite.
Please document.
Yeah, NYX is another brand that does really good like shade range. They also have a good shade range. So yeah, you can check that out. NYX also has a good foundation and concealer range. So yep. Okay.
Just checking if we have any.
Do you guys have any other questions, guys? How do you manage your curly hair? This session is more about makeup. Hello.
Hello, sorry, I lost you there.
Yeah, sorry. I got a call, so yeah, so this session is more about makeup. I do have a lot of curly hair videos on my YouTube channel as well as on my Instagram. Please go check that out. There's also a guide that says curly hair on my profile. So yeah, please go check that out.
Okay. Guys, she's the H Dose on Instagram and she goes by Ritika Satish on YouTube.
Yeah.
So anything that you need to know, you can please check those social channels out, and she has a lot of tutorials and everything out there so that you can keep yourselves updated with all the things that she is doing. So Ritika, thank you so much for doing this with us. It was lovely and love the tips and tricks that you showed, and you almost feel like you have no makeup on, which is the point, right? It's an everyday makeup. It's really nice, and we just wish you all the best in your career as well as stay safe, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for doing this with me, and I hope all of you stay safe and like take care of yourselves. So yeah, thank you so much for joining this live, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Stay safe.
Bye.